forward, at 6'6", number 11, Mo Harkless.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
The surge in his free throw percentage this month is noticeable. He's looked a lot more comfortable at the line. Part of his job now should be attacking the D, going head-on, drawing fouls, and trying to ride this hot streak.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. We've got LaMarcus Aldridge, DeRozan out there with Trey Lyles. Then there's DeJounte Murray, and it's Forbes in a shooting guard. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Harkless in at the 4. Murray kicks to DeRozan. Off target from outside. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Not much you can do against Paul George on the drive. I mean, he's got great length, and he knows how to use it, and he gets exactly where he wants to. And, you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Murray outside. First quarter, just over a minute played. Back to DeRozan. Pass to Aldridge. Lyles with it. 5 on the clock. And he comes up with the deuce. And Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys, and I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding, and sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
Here's George. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago, and a lot of their focus is their strategy going up against Paul George. It was a threat from distance and at the rim. You can't take everything away, but surrendering long twos is probably the safest plan.
All right, thank you, David.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
For San Antonio, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Pass to Forbes. Down low. Here's DeRozan. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
1:12 left to play in the first quarter. Beverley against Murray. Passes it to Forbes. Right side, DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. Lets a floater go. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers leading by 6. Harkless the pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Outside DeRozan. Now the pass to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
You know, Murray's game is about putting the ball on the floor, moving without it when he doesn't have it, and driving and keeping pressure on the defense.
Leonard dishes to Beverly. Feeds to George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Spurs, Gay and Aldridge are up front. Then there's Derek White. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in a 2-guard. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The Clippers grab the miss. They beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
The 19-foot shot. DeRozan's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Pass to Williams. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Leonard gets it to go. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. Kevin, Marcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. 1:56 left to play here in the half. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And the Clippers making a change here. Green's checked in. Pirtle, he's checked in for San Antonio. Damari Carroll comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Here's White. And the rejection by Harrell. San Antonio making a switch here. Ellenelli's checked in. .143 left now here in the second. Shot clock at 6. Gay, that's a 2-pointer. San Antonio again missing. On offense, here are the Clippers. They've scored 10 straight. Outside Leonard. In the corner, Shamet with it. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Shamet's got 5 now.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And so White will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. 13 feet away. And that one's good by Gay. Gay's got his first basket of the night.
And with that basket, he puts a stop to the 13-0 run there by Los Angeles.
Williams finds Harrell. On the wing, Green. Over Gay. And it's Green missing. Spurs trail by 19. Here's Bellinelli. Rebound by Harrell. LA has gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Landry Shamet at the line for 2.
That free throw good from Shamet. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for White. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first half. Murray surveying the D. He kicks to Bellinelli. Clock at 6. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Boy, when you see Bellinelli playing with this kind of aggressiveness, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second.
You know, Bellinelli really is an effective role player. He's a veteran sharpshooter with sneaky athleticism and just seems to always be in the right spot.
Here's George. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 12 points and 1 assist. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, we're seeing what it looks like when Paul George takes over. Knockdown shooter, that sets up.
And
well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from George.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Mo Harkless. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Spurs shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Murray against Beverley. Fires the 3. Forbes can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Here's Leonard. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you. Clark, among the bigs, which one do you think runs the floor the best?
Boy, I tell you, Anthony Davis is gazelle-like, and this guy is north of 7 feet tall and is just agile and quick in getting up and down. I think I'd put him at the top of the list. Clint Capella, is in that category, and Giannis Antetokounmpo as well. But a lot of times he has the ball and is taking it rack to rack.
He does. He brings it up like a guard, and no one can stop him.
Nobody can stop that guy when he gets coming downhill at you.
Beverly against Murray. That one, no good. Excellent D there from George. Beverly, the pass to Harkless. It's stolen by Lyles. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 1:49 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Beverly. Off the left rim and out. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They're scoreless since the first half. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
For San Antonio, they've gone 0-5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. Got a piece of it. Paul George with the steal. To the middle. And it's George finishing it off.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dump.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Aldridge's shot is good.
Boy, you've got to push Aldridge out farther. I mean, he's too big and too skilled from this area.
Man, DeRozan defending. George against Walker. Here's Harkless. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. 44 seconds left to play in the third. And White kicks to Aldridge. Walker against George. Walker the pass to Aldridge. Shoots over Zubac. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Aldridge has got 4 points this quarter. Los Angeles has gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Pass to Zubac. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Passes it to Mann. Outside, George. Just 5 to shoot. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional. Catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
Here's DeRozan. And that one drops for him. DeRozan's got his second bucket.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
George from deep three-point land. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more in store for you right after this. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The Spurs shooting 28%, a rocky performance for them offensively. On the court for San Antonio. Hills at point with Bellinelli, they're the backcourt. Jakob Poeltl out there with Lyles, and it's Carroll in at the 3 slot. The shot by Bellinelli, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Man, the 9-footers on the mark.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Mills with it. Clark, the NBA gives out so many awards at the end of the season. Is there an award missing that you'd like to see?
You know what? I think they've got the bases covered really well with the number of awards they give out, Kevin. But I would like to perhaps see consideration given to a sophomore campaign award. That would be kind of cool because sometimes the Rookie of the Year, at least recently, has been a little cloudy because a rookie had been in the league a year, Ben Simmons, case in point, and then was counted. It was actually technically his second year, but his first year of playing. So a sophomore award might be something worth adding to the list.
That's a great idea. Magruder, that's good.
They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor.
The pass to Bellinelli. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Magruder. To the paint. Hills with the steal. Bellinelli up top. Kicks to Pirtle. Pass to Carroll. Bellinelli with the three. No good. Shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Magruder. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Magruder's got 4 points in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Mills passes to Lyles. Here's Bellinelli. Can't hit from the elbow.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Los Angeles.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And in the final game of the season series between these two, they did everything out there they needed to close out with a winning record, 3-1 against San Antonio.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, Pirtle is polished in the post. Call him 3P man. Polished, post, Pirtle.
First free throw is good.
Boy, the shot repertoire of Jakob Pirtle, mostly 10 feet and in is his strength. He's an old-school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
Patterson, he's checked in for Green. Then for the Spurs. Meadow, he's checked in for Trey Lyles. And it's Lonnie Walker in for Damari Carroll.
Boy, Pirtle is a massive guy, somebody that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks.
Robinson kicks to Zubac. Hills with the rebound. Poke loose. Now here's Bellinelli. D right on him. San Antonio again missing. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
JaMychal Green.
Walker dishes to Pirtle. On the wing, Bellinelli. Back to Pirtle. It's in.
Boy, I like how quickly he threw the bounce pass there. Hard to defend against that.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Paul, obviously your team is built on defense. It seems like that's a big part of this team's identity.
I mean, we take pride in our defense. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we hang our hats on is, locking down when it counts. And we stayed together and pulled this one out.
Great team effort tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.